America's legacy purification strategy after the Pi Open Network Declaration. On February 20, 2025, the world witnessed a turning point, the declaration of the Pi Open Network. While the event was global in nature, its impact was immediately visible in the United States. Almost overnight, Washington began accelerating the construction of clear and strict regulatory frameworks. This wasn't just about controlling cryptocurrencies. It was something far deeper, an urgent attempt to close loopholes in legacy finance and prepare for a new contributory economy model that Pi represents. For decades, America thrived in a financial environment shaped by ambiguity. Banks exploited legal gray zones, corporations played balance sheet tricks, and political actors relied on short-term fixes. But the Pi Declaration forced the system to confront a hard truth. Ambiguity could no longer sustain the future. The rapid introduction of the stablecoin bill and other reforms became the flagship signal. Clarity was replacing confusion. America was preparing not just for digital money, but for an entirely new order of value exchange. A major part of this transformation has been what some call the breaking of corporate illusions. For years, many corporations presented themselves as skilled, simply because they knew how to exploit loopholes, cheap undocumented labor, tax avoidance, and shifting debt burdens overseas. But following the Pi Declaration, the U.S. began dismantling this illusion. Tariffs were imposed not just for economic protection, but as a way of forcing corporations and trade partners to share the debt burden. Labor enforcement intensified, with the Hyundai battery plant raids serving as a striking example. Undocumented workers were arrested, and the message was clear: corporate performance built on exploitation is not genuine competence. At the same time, cartel crackdowns grew more aggressive. Drug syndicates, long tolerated as shadow players in the economy, became a direct target. In this new framework, antisocial contributors had no place. Together, these measures revealed a unifying principle: profit without compliance is not skill, it is fraud. And fraud has no role in the future economy. This shift also revealed something deeper: the collapse of the margin and interest-based financial system. For over a century, legacy economics in America revolved around one principle: interest. Debt issuance, margin trading, and leveraged profit became the lifeblood of Wall Street. But by 2025, this model had exhausted itself. Debt spirals threatened governments, margins became unsustainable, and inequality reached extremes. Pi Network stands in direct opposition to this failing structure. Its economy is not based on interest but on contribution. Staking rewards are not passive returns. They are compensation for securing and strengthening the network. Transactions are not about speculation, they are about active participation that accelerates circulation. Compliance isn't imposed by a single authority, it emerges decentrally, building systemic trust from the bottom up. In other words, Pi is not a continuation of the old order, it is its inversion. And this is where America's strategy takes its clearest form. The raids, tariffs, and cartel strikes may appear reactionary on the surface, but they are best understood as transitional purification measures. They are designed to strip away illegitimate actors, clean up hidden tricks, and create a baseline of order. Only once this order is established can a new contributory system, like Pi's, take root. This stage is not chaos, it is purification. It is the controlled demolition of legacy finance before the construction of something more sustainable. The conclusion is unavoidable. Since February 20, America has embarked on a deliberate path to purify its economic foundations in preparation for Pi's contributory model. Each event, from the Hyundai labor enforcement to the tariff offensives and cartel crackdowns, is a piece of the same strategy. Together they form a single message to the global economy: tricks are not skill, exploitation is not capability, and debt without contribution is not legitimate wealth. The new system demands more. It demands clarity, contribution, and genuine participation. And in that demand lies the inevitability of Pi, not just as a currency, but as the central model of the new global economy.